Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Cities Skylines, the Aberdeen build. Apologies for the delay. I've been doing some actual real-world work, believe it or not, so I haven't been able to get the episode edited and out this week. I just wanted to say a massive thank you, everyone, for the support. It's been so overwhelming, and to the Evening Express in particular for giving it some airtime. That's really cool, and I really appreciate it. I'm still looking for some suggestions, so if you've got any, please do feel free to write them down in the comments. I promise you I read every single one, and if it's really worth mentioning and it gets a lot of traction, I'll stick it in the video. So a few of you have mentioned the format of the videos. A lot of you said it was slightly too fast, so to try and make everybody happy, what I've done is I've slightly slowed down everything in general. I'm going to be adding some of the explanation sections, so they'll be sort of transitioning to show at a normal speed what I'm doing in sort of more detail, and I'll show some real world comparisons with some screenshots of the actual city and what I've done as well, just to give you a kind of rough idea of how it's looking. Someone's also pointed out to me as well that in YouTube you actually do have the option to slow down the video, so if you really did want to have a look at it at a normal speed, you can actually slow it down to a slower speed and watch it at your own pace. Other than that, guys, please do feel free to keep in touch in the usual way via comments in the YouTube video itself, or you can reach me on Twitter, details of which will be on screen now. In this episode, we're literally going to be finishing off Torry and looking at some of the Nigg Bay area, so without further ado, I'll stop talking and let's get straight into the episode. Aberdeen's really known for its open areas of natural landscape, parks and recreational gardens, so it soon became apparent that the stock parks that come with the game weren't really going to work and do it justice. So I downloaded quite a few customised assets and ploppables to allow me to build some sort of custom areas and custom parks, and that's exactly what I'm doing here. This particular area in Torry has quite a few walkways that go past the railways, linking some of the roads and houses together as well. So I kind of used my memory and some of Google Maps to create this, and I've added a few hidden walkways so that people can kind of cut through this area. So I was really looking forward to putting things in that make an area distinctly realistic, and one of the things that I wanted to put in was the 3 tower blocks over at Torry. I downloaded some custom assets which I think look fairly similar to the real life version, and plopped them in, and it was only when I zoomed out here that I realised how pretty close that looks to real life. Here's a comparison side by side so you get an idea of what it looks like, but I was really happy with this. So what you might be able to see out the corner of your eye there is me placing some train stations on the very edge of the map, hidden in the fog. The reason I'm doing that is I want the trains to be able to run into Union Square. So I'm enabling some trains now and putting those on so that they run all the way down the track. So what you're going to see here is a little preview of the train route that's going to be eventually going into Aberdeen. It's a very early train route, so you may notice the track isn't very smooth at all, and there are some pretty sharp bends and some pretty crazy hills that it goes over. Obviously this is very early at the moment and this will be updated, and I think I'll have some trees on the tracks as well, so it's obviously just going to plough through those. So ignore all of that for the time being. It's just to give you an idea of the route and the terrain that it's going to cross. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually placing down some of the individual holes that are going to make up the golf course. Unfortunately, there isn't an actual awful lot out there in terms of assets for golf courses. So some of these individual build your own things. Again, I kind of had to go with build my own because there isn't the area is just too big that it would be strange to kind of put one pre-built resort down. So I kind of just wanted to make it at least look like a golf course from above. So even though it's not going to be entirely accurate, I'm going to put down a clubhouse and the golf holes so that at least from above you can see that it's clearly the golf course over at Nigg Bay. And that's it for another episode. Apologies for a very short one this week, but I just wanted to finish off everything before we start going on to the next section, which is going to be over towards the beach and Foot D. As always, massive thank you for everyone who's interested in this, who's watching, who's sharing it. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoy the new format a little bit more as well, and it's a little bit easier to watch. So I'm really excited to say that I've actually got a very big overhaul coming within the next few episodes. I've actually managed to get a little sneak preview of the results of all of the modification work that I've done to make the city look a little bit more realistic than its current cartoon computer game graphics currently show. So here's the first screenshot. And here's the other one. Let me know what you guys think of that down below. I promise I genuinely read through everything you guys leave, and I will see you guys in the very next one. Cheers!